Dude, I'm so excited. I was listening to some guy talking about it. It is grim and dark, and I'm depressed just reading the intro.
What is it?
Thank God.
Death in Space.
Oh, good.
These are cute.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like it. I like it.
Yeah, the art in this book is fantastic, and I'm gonna try to translate it to the podcast. But it's essentially like, look at this shit. This is a spaceship.
Ooh.
Heather, is there a reason why you're not wearing an escape room T-shirt like the rest of it?
You didn't get the memo?
I don't own an escape room T-shirt. Are any of those from Dare to Escape?
No, they're from the Escape game.
Oh man, I don't know if you guys watch Ghost Files.
How haven't we done one as a group? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Because
I've only ever done escape rooms as team building exercises.
Oh no, we're chaotic.
Yeah, no, it always ends up with us screaming.
Andrew, where's the key? What key? The one from the beginning. Where is Andrew?
Put the thing in the other thing. Put that thing, the other thing. Go.
Dude, I still remember that part that like Teresa was too. Cause they tell us from the beginning not to break anything, and literally the last thing we had to do was cut a wire. And we were down, I kid you not, to like less than like 5 seconds to beat the game. And it was one of the hardest ones that we ever done. And Teresa couldn't, like, she was like, they told us not to cut it. And I just grabbed the fucking scissors from her hand, like, clack! And then we escaped. I was like, fuck. So tense.
I actively was not even helping at that point. I was just sitting in the corner. I'm like, all right, well, you win some, you lose some.
If this happens,
yeah, because we were about to lose.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, one of our favorite YouTube channels just did a ghost investigation at Dare to Escape in Orlando. And yeah, because apparently, according to them, they've found so many weird things antiquing to decorate these rooms that like they believe that some spirits are connected to these items and it's super duper haunted in there.
I want to go there.
So
what's it called? Dare to Escape?
Dare to Escape. Yeah, go watch the Ghost Files episode. You'll get to enjoy our.
Heather, did we tell you about the one we did that you get tased?
What? You told me about. You guys told me about the crazy ass one where there was like a dude running around with a taser, and I was like, no,
that's
I'm
it.
good. Fuck that.
Yeah,
that one. Yeah,
that's it.
No.
Yeah,
and Teresa wanted to do it. She was so excited. And I mean, to be fair, she had a good time, but I kind of didn't.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I mean, we went for her birthday, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that we'll never have to do again.
There were some moments that
coffee and after for food.
The seventh room. Is
Absolutely.
that it?
Andrew, for some reason the camera is fucked up over here. Can you move your camera slightly to your left? Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit more. A little bit more.
My anxiety is also so like high through the roof. I don't like doing like Halloween Horror Nights or like purposely getting scared. I will punch you in the face if you prank me. Like
nobody ever pranks me because they always target somebody else that's not me, and I'm like, okay, thanks.
I would prank you because the like warfare you could wage with gifts alone is terrifying, and I don't want to fuck with it. I won't fuck with it. We're not doing it.
I have a digital vault with like fucked up gifts.
Yeah, it would be all of those weird ones I sent you earlier. The spooky dude with the eye knees. So you've never heard of any of those? Because I was like,
never.
What the?
Never heard of him. That was
Are we
a
live?
surprise. I was like, yeah, we're live.
Okay.
I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna heard of him in a bit. I'm just setting up the dashboard.
No, because there was one that it was a very cool looking creature, but then reading the description, you're like, oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. I don't like him. It's the mushroom guy. Yeah, no, read the description. You'll see why I don't like this guy.
Oh, it's not something that like it eats babies or some shit.
Kind of.
Oh
yeah.
Okay,
ready?
Hold on. I gotta read this now. Hold on.
Yeah.
Is it the Cory? I like the Cory.
I don't know. Is that the one with the fish arms? Because that one is horrifying. For my fear of open water.
They feed exclusively on cows. Okay, so do I. Cool.
Don't read it out loud because it's a trigger warning. Like it's not great.
Ah.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I wasn't saying it, because we're live and I want that out there. Oof.
Jose, what the fuck is wrong with Venezuela?
Wait, I'm reading that part. Hold on.
It didn't specify who either, and Alex is like, "Oh,
Yeah, it just-
oh no,
Just whoever happens to be in the vicinity at the time.
no." I thought he was so cool too.
You know what's wrong? You know what's wrong with Venezuela? We got colonized by
I
the
was just
Spaniards.
colonialism.
Yeah, that's just a story they made up just to cover shit up, bro.
It's the fucking mushroom people that's doing it.
Oh,
Really,
fuck.
it
All right.
was a colonist in a big dumb hat.
Yeah. All right, ready?
I guess. After that.
And welcome to another episode of Talk About Opportunity. Let me redo that again. Hold on.
Reset.
And welcome to another episode of Talk of Opportunity. This is Jose, and I'm coming up to you on a beautiful Sunday. We are talking about some weird shit today, and with me, back again after big moves, moving across the freaking state again.
Yeah.
Our beautiful, spooky girl, Heather.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
Oh yeah, and Andrew's also here, but you know I can't get rid of him.
I've moved to a little farm so I can be the creepy witch on the block. I'm very excited for my future here.
It's gonna be great. I can't wait for the for all the fuck
Jose.
the people you're gonna be bewitching.
Jose,
Oh yeah, I can't wait for my neighbors to walk up, and if I don't like them, like, oh yeah, like there's some carrots, there's some onions. That one's poisonous.
I have
Eat it.
I have red things that have scarred me, and I will never I will never be the same.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah,
Literally like
I'm
5
never,
seconds ago.
I'm never going to Venezuela.
Why not? It's a great country.
I've ruined Andrew with very specific Venezuelan cryptid.
Just avoid
Yeah.
the mycelium.
Oh,
Just don't go down into the Amazons. Okay,
You even
you'll be
said
fine.
that like all mushrooms are those. I know. I was like, I don't love that. I don't love that
No.
energy.
Yeah, so a residential spooky girl decided to go beyond the American. Oh, hey Tony. Beyond the Americas and you know, or the Western world, I guess you could say, and go into a thorough shithole country of Venezuela and find the cryptics that are apparently really fucked up. So, however, we're not gonna be talking about that today. We are talking about Dungeons and Dragons specifically related monsters. I'm gonna mispronounce this. I am so sorry, but we're talking about the Rakshasa and the Flail Snail. And with that, let's play that music.
After that brutal assault by the orc warrior, the initiative now goes to you. Jose, what do you do?
I'm gonna cast
I know. You said like, oh, does it eat babies? And I was like, that would be better. That would be a better alternative.
It would be better.
I love that the intro ended, and I always do like a little bit of
fade.
entry run of audio, and it was you saying, "I hope they ate babies," and it was so much worse.
It's the fact.
I know.
No, we're not talking about that.
It's the fact. Hold on, wait, real quick. I want to ask one question. No answers. I just
put
want
the
one
name
question.
of this creature out there so other people can figure out what we're talking about.
Is it the fact
Yeah,
that it looks
yeah.
like a mushroom? Is it a psychological thing? All right, moving on.
Oh, is it like
So-
is it like the disclaimer to not eat random mushrooms because it'll turn you into this creature where you lose your mind
Right.
and your entire soul?
Oh, that's why. It's propaganda against being groovy in Venezuela.
There you
That's why.
go. No grooviness allowed.
That's-
Oh god, no, that's not groovy in any way. That is not groovy.
That's what it is. So if anybody's curious enough to go down this rabbit hole, There's a website called the Book of Monsters.
It's apparently
Book of Creatures.
It's apparently it apparently shows up around anthills.
Yeah, it's very specific. And the creature that we're talking about is called the Kayeti. Kayeyi. I'm doing Spanglish. Kayeri. Let me see if I can pronounce it in Venezuelan. Kayeri.
Oh.
So that's what it will be.
I just was really curious.
Yeah, and it kind of looks kind of cute when you look at the picture.
I know. That's why I was very upset.
This kind of guy.
That's why I had some emotional damage at them. So cute. Look at this cool guy. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Like, burn it with fire. Be done with it. But I was really curious if there were any crossover cryptids that we could talk about from your particular.
I mean,
like,
I'm down to go into more cryptids because honestly, I haven't. Maybe this is when Robert jumps in. You're like, wait, cryptids?
Robert
Hold on a
all
minute.
of a sudden just blips in real fast.
Yeah, just shows up. Because I didn't know.
Wait a minute.
I had like
My Mothman senses are tingling.
yeah. Because I had like my childhood spooky stories, but that's kind of different from actual cryptids. You know, like cryptids is usually related to like a thing, like a physical thing, like more of a legend, not necessarily to spook you out, but to keep you away from things. I think so. I don't know.
Well,
maybe
like,
I just
like from Daytona growing up, we didn't have cryptids we talked about, but we did have
the Spring Breakers. Oh
no, that's fucking terrifying. No, but like out in the woods, we would have something that was called the pink fog, and then there were also the lights out in the loop, which is
that's called pollution.
No. The pink fog was something that was like apparently around as a lore for like hundreds of years, but it's literally a pink fog that rolls into a certain section of the swamplands there, and it is said to devour people.
Oh.
Yes, like
that
it's a
like
cannibalistic fog. Yes. So there was
Wait,
in Daytona?
In Daytona, in the like Ormond Beach area, like a little further north where there's
What they
more.
didn't know, that is a spring breaker ripping some massive fucking cotton off of a base. And someone's like, Chad.
Yeah. Oh man. No, there were also like spectral lights that were said to follow your cars out in the wooded areas. Where
like a will o'
there's
the wisp kind of thing?
Like a will o' the wisp, but a little more aggressive, where it would literally follow the vehicle like a spirit lights.
And then it would knock on your door asking you if you had any spare change to start cleaning your windows. And so I'm like, no, get away.
I tell you, like, but we came down for vacation and
I'm just saying, if there's any like monsters from Florida, it's 9 times out of 10 a meth addict.
Yeah, it's Florida man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's multiple entities across the state.
See, that's the thing. Cryptids to me are a little too modern for my taste. I want like old-fashioned monsters,
well, these are like
700 years plus.
River area, and these are like some of them are related to like Native American folklore of the area. So
yeah, see, that's
okay.
That's better. Also, is the pink fog where the Simpsons got the idea for the smoke that turns you inside out and that one tree has a whore?
Oh God, I hope so.
That's why it kind of sounded familiar. I knew it was like some weird shit.
Yeah, that was an odd one. I was like, that's setting. I don't want it. Okay.
Hey, why pink?
I don't know.
The gays are coming.
I assume because it's a very swampy area, there may be to do with the like. As every disbeliever will say, it's swamp gas.
Swamp gas.
I'm also assuming it's pink because it eats people, and so it's like
it's like blood mist.
Yeah. Blood, awful, that kind of stuff.
Right. All right. So it's been a minute. We got her back after she decided to leave us and have us do more research on our own.
I had to move.
She was like, big robots and cyberpunks. No way, losers.
I moved to an ancient city, as they call it around here.
Don't say it out loud because they will like find you.
It's totally not haunted.
It's very haunted. I'm so pumped for it.
Yeah, they have a good
so it's okay if it's haunted as long as it's not in your immediate vicinity.
Yes. Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
It's totally fine as long as it's not my residence
You can't have it both ways. Ghosts know no property. They are beyond the boundaries of real estate.
Unless they're Confederate ghosts, then they know
eat the fuck out. You can get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Bye.
That's what that's when you start putting up pictures of Sherman. And, no.
The Confederate soldiers like, oh, okay, well, this is my property. You seem to like property laws, so
yeah.
Let's have this.
How about we respect some?
Fucking dick.
But yeah, so we're back with our Beyond the Monster Manual, where we talk about the real life origins of Dungeons and Dragons monsters and where they come from.
Mm-hmm.
Since Andrew and I suck at doing research, we have Heather for that. So there she is. And she's gonna take over.
Not true.
Now, because I'm gonna stop talking. Oh wait, no. Before we move on, what are we drinking today?
I've already checked it, so I'm gonna have to take a break halfway through because it's a lot. It's
Nice.
a lot of tea.
Arizona green
It's a
tea.
lot of, yeah, classic Arizona green tea. I had a nice peachy Red Bull earlier, and if I have coffee, I'll
Ooh.
probably explode. So
I am.
Oh no, the pink miscatter.
So I'm actually taking a coffee sabbatical.
oh God, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
again?
well,
You
because
laughed at me on Wednesday when I said like, "Oh yeah, I heard you were taking a coffee break."
it's funny because I think that was the conversation that kicked it off. Because like Thursday rolled around and I'm like, man, this coffee ain't doing shit for me. and then just for like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like as an experiment, I'm like, you know what? Friday, I'm gonna go to work without coffee, and I felt literally no different than the day I had coffee. So I'm like,
Damn.
yeah, I think I'm done for a minute. So no coffee for me.
Andrew, you gotta stick with it this time.
I know, I am. I'm going to wait until.
I'm gonna be your sponsor.
well, no, because in October, me and Teresa are going to take a little mini vacay, and at the end of October, I'm like, that's when I'm going to have my first cup of coffee. I'm going to wait until then. So until that time, I'm drinking Liquid Death. Rest in peace.
Hell yeah!
Very nice. There's someone out there screaming that you're missing pumpkin spice season.
You know what? Here's the thing. It's halfway through September. I'm already pumpkin spiced out.
Damn.
Yeah, me too. We went hard at the office.
I had like 7 of those bad boys when it came out.
I've only had a single one. I've had a honey badger from our local coffee place now, Kookaburra. Fantastic.
No.
It's like cinnamon, honey.
Our social media manager, she's like the trendy hip girl of the office, and she was like, "Hey guys, pumpkin spice is this Thursday or whatever they landed on," and my boss was like, he's in his office and he hears, "Did you say pumpkin spice is back?" This is a 6 foot tall, all American gunslinger type of guy.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, pumpkin spice is back.
Oh yeah,
We're getting pumpkin spice all around.
There was a guy at my work that's like, Andrew, you like pumpkin spice? I'm like, Jeff, I'm a basic fucking bitch when it comes to for pumpkin spice. You bet.
Yes,
I'm lining that shit up for it. You better believe I'm getting me some pumpkin spice.
Yes, Tony, we had pumpkin spice like 3 days in a row.
Oh, no.
One of my coworkers is on chat right now. Hi.
I'm not a pumpkin spice person, but when 7-Eleven Day, free slushy day rolls around, I'm kicking doors in. I want that shit. It is July. It is the hottest. It's perfect.
When I worked at Cool Stuff, we had a 7-Eleven next door. It was like a holiday when they did the everybody had like their fucking jugs and shit. I'm like, what's happening right now? I don't drink icy, so I'm like,
are we going to beach town like summertime? Oh yeah, we're hitting every 7-Eleven. Let's do this.
Do they still honor like bring in whatever vessel you want? Like
I think it was like only the cups.
Okay, because there was one year it's like if you can put slushies in it.
That was Racetrack. Racetrack is the one that does that. Yeah.
Brought in like a fucking KFC bucket. Like,
oh my god! Like the 5-gallon buckets, you can buy them.
Yeah. Oh, I am actually doing this service today because I just got back from Miami and I haven't had a chance to do grocery shopping, so I'm just doing water.
Oh.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Now I know I said I'm not drinking coffee, and this has 30 milligrams of caffeine, but that's probably like a drop in the bucket to my usual 400.
30 milligrams is nothing, bro. When you told me that your daily intake was 400 milligrams, I almost passed that. I'm like, how the fuck is your daily intake That's like a treat for me. That's like I need some energy drink.
How much coffee is in like? Sorry, how much caffeine is in like a cup of coffee? I can't remember.
It depends on how you make it.
I'd run 110.
I think it's like 110, maybe like 130. I drink mine almost exclusively cold brew, which retains the most caffeine. That's like close to like 180, maybe 200.
I have French pressed coffee, like 2 cups every morning.
So
that's 200. That's 220. So like so to show you to kind of like put in perspective the difference between Andrew and I. Andrew in the stream. Andrew does 400 milligrams of caffeine
a day
daily. I take a Red Bull, the small ones, with 90 milligrams, and I'm wired.
Oh no, that does nothing.
So it's like the total opposite. That's why like my green tea with like 75 milligrams.
Like fist bump Andrew. Like yeah, man.
It's like a
caffeine
nice kick. Actually, if you guys go like that next to each other, yeah.
One of these.
Yep. Andrew the other way. No, you're too far. Close enough. Whatever. Everybody's just going the same direction. It is great. Oh man. Andrew, if you don't drink caffeine for the next, I would be so proud of you. That would be a good, a really significant step.
I'll probably have an aneurysm in that time, but we'll see what happens.
Andrew, we're having D&D tonight.
I just feel my heart beating in my eyeballs. It's like standard practice. It's fine. We'll be fine.
I mean, you guys.
Wow, that's not normal.
I mean, you guys don't drink coffee until you can see sound. Is that not normal?
How do you think I make myself to work?
Like, I'll take like some cold brew and then like, oh, okay, it's nap time. Nothing.
Yeah. Like if I actually avoid energy drinks because the caffeine makes me crash.
Yeah, so
like,
tired.
like I just immediately go into a crash mode if I have an energy drink. Yeah. So
all right,
that's kind of when I started recognizing I might have a problem. Anyways,
all right, so we are talking about the Rakshasa today.
Rakshasa.
Yes. So this particular creature, entity, being, their mythology does come from India, but I just want to give a little disclaimer that some of these resources are from like Encyclopedia Britannica, New World Encyclopedia, things like that. So like I did try to find sources as close to like an actual Indian source, but I want to put that out there because obviously we need to go into this with a particular lens on certain things. Like,
yeah, there might be some colonial thoughts in there.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Before you get going with the actual origin story, so just to kind of give a recap of the D&D monster itself. Have you guys ever encountered a Rakshasa in the game? Or played one? Or put one in the game?
In 5e, no. In 3.5.
Schult?
Schult. That was the only time. Yeah, Schult.
Yeah?
It was. It wasn't a tiger that you guys like went and had soup with. There was another creature, one of the guides was a secret Rakshasa.
Oh.
Yeah, and he was supposed to take your money, betray you, leave you all that stranded or something like that. I can't remember, but that was like the only time. Other than that, I don't believe. Did Curses Strahd have a Rakshasa? Wasn't there one like a tiger person somewhere?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, I feel like we've
not in Curses Strahd, no.
So just looking at kind of like the stats here.
If anything, Avernus might have a Rakshasa.
Yeah, they have. At will, they can cast Detect Thoughts, Disguise Self, Mage Hand, and Minor Illusion. So right off the bat, that tells me, not even reading the monster manual description, that these are more of like a trickster, like not necessarily like a straightforward combat. Well, even though they have some pretty sweet stats.
I mean, if it has to be in combat, you're probably still in for a bad time, because the Rakshasa has not what's the word, resistances, but flat out immunities to non-magical attacks. And then on top of that,
Yeah.
Any spell level 6 or below, it just doesn't work on them. They can just be like, no. It just
Oh, jeez.
And that applies to the weaknesses in the mythology as well. It's kind of just LOL.
Really?
Yeah. I literally I have 2 weaknesses and I just say good luck after that. So that's fun. It's fun.
Yeah. So and the only vulnerabilities it carries that has to be stabbed has to be a piercing weapon wielded by a good character. Now I would rule it personally that it has to be like your alignment says good on it, like chaotic good, neutral good, whatever. And then on top of that, the only real attack that it has outside of the spell, the only real attack it has that it can do a claw attack, which does like okay damage, but it curses you, and when you fall prey to this curse, there's no save. It just happens. If it hits, you're cursed. Boom.
Shit.
when you fall prey to this curse, you can't rest. No more short rests. No more long rests. You because every time you try to sleep, you're barraged by nightmares.
Oh.
Yeah. So and the only way you can remove this curse is with a remove curse. Now, granted, that kind of like removes a lot of the teeth in it. But if I was running a Rakshasa, I wouldn't say anything. I would just be like, hey, you didn't sleep good. You know, that way to kind of give it a little bit of mystery. You know, that way it's not like, oh, you have a curse. Oh, okay, let me pop open this curse be gone. And, you know,
but also early on, I mean, how long did it take us to actually get remove curse in the party?
Yeah,
I just got it.
You know.
Yeah,
exactly. So it's been a minute.
But I mean,
well,
but that was also like happenstance of party construction and it's the bad rolls. If you have a cleric in your party that's level 4, whatever.
Yeah.
So
if you have a chaotic paladin level 9, you gotta wait.
Yeah. So
their origin, it says, I'm reading from the monster manual now. It's the evil spirits in mortal flesh. Rakshasas originated long ago in the 9 hells when powerful devils created a dark ritual to free their essence from their fiendish bodies in order to escape the lower planes.
Oh.
A Rakshasa enters the material plane to feed its appetite for humanoids, flesh, and evil schemes. It selects its prey with care, taking pains to keep its presence in the world secret. So it's literally a devil in mortal flesh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
A devil made flesh.
Yeah.
Which,
for Rakshasa, death on the material plane means an agonizing and torturous return to the 9 hells, where its essence remains trapped until its body is reformed, a process that can take months of years. When the Rakshasa is reborn, it has all the memories and knowledge of its former life, and it seeks retribution against the one who slew it. If the target has somehow slipped through its gaps, the Rakshasa might punish its killer family, friends, or descendants. Like devils, Rakshasas kill in the 9 hells and are forever destroyed. Right, because devils can come to the material plane, and if they're slayed here, they're just reborn in the 9 hells.
Yep.
As a imp, not an imp. What's the word I'm looking for? What's the minor devil?
Lemure.
Lemure.
Yeah.
It's a lemure, and then they have to like go up the level system they have until they become whatever level they were before. A Rakshasa, kind of the same thing, but they just become a Rakshasa in the 9 hells, and then they're reborn again in the material plane after they reform, essentially. Interesting. So they're just in D&D, I guess. They're just devils.
I would imagine this would probably be a monster that knows how to network. Like it's not gonna, it's not, you know what I mean? It's not gonna do anything like solo. Like if you find yourself face to face with a Rakshasa, that's because you had to go through all of its goons and lieutenants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I could definitely see like a Rakshasa being like the head of like some deep underground crime empire,
like a high player of an Xanathar's guild or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Or perhaps being on par with Xanathar himself, but of like a rival gang.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Yeah.
So, and he's just stirring the pot because that's what devils do.
Yep.
Just trying to, you know, bring people down the path that rocks.
Yeah, and it's crazy because they look. I mean, kind of friendly, so they're very easy to. If somebody doesn't know, I'm just a tabaxi.
Yeah, not in mythology. In mythology, you're like that guy is definitely evil. That's not good.
Well, I mean, there's one dead giveaway of what gives in D&D at least what gives away a Rakshasa, and that its hands are backwards. You know,
that's
so,
very like Jinn legend, like genie Jinn. It's said the way you identify them is by their hands or their feet being backward.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I'm cool with hands, but backwards feet, like.
Yeah, no, there were like myths of people spotting these creatures walking about in the world, and all of a sudden they're like, they seemed normal until I got to the feet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's heels first, and you're like, ah, no.
So I mean, what you could do is that you could probably have it be like a Rakshasa is like, oh yeah, I'm just a tabaxi, or I mean, they would probably use disguise self, but I mean, if they did catch them, like metaphorically with their pants down, be like, oh yeah, I'm just a tabaxi, and like they're just wearing gloves all the time, and stuff like that. Yeah,
mittens on hands.
And he's like, hold on a minute, it's so sexy. You hear Alex's phone, ding, 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 ding.
Alex, I have an idea. Alex, pick up.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking at art from Rakshasas. It's very unsettling.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Also, as an artist, can you imagine having to draw that shit? I'm like, oh god, why?
Oh no. I mean, it's just like
hands already suck.
No, like I need you to fuck up the hands. Oh, thank God. Okay.
Yeah.
No, because you still gotta retain the shape of the hand. It just has to.
Yeah, but then,
and then you have to hold swords and shit. Like weird.
But then you can get away with being like, well, it's a Rakshasa. And it's like, all right, fine.
All right.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, go home. It's Friday. Go home.
That's pretty much it for the monster manual, right? I mean, there's not really a lot more. Yeah. Doesn't really go a lot more in depth.
I mean, the fact that it's a devil opens up a whole, like, what part of the hierarchy it is, blah, blah, blah. But for the Rakshasa itself, it's a devil.
And they essentially broke the rules by doing this ritual. And that's why when they get back, they have a really hard time. Yeah.
Okay. That's why.
So for them, they don't want to go back. Most devils are like, kill me here. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, anyways.
Well, there's definitely a lot more to them in mythology, especially with like, because they're in like Hindu, Buddhist, Taoist scripts as well. So their history dates back pretty far. It's in creation myths, things like that. But there's like dozens of different stories of them, and they range from super frickin' evil to good. Like, they can actually be good creatures. But in Hindu mythology, they're basically a type of demon or goblin. They have the power to change shape at will and appear as animals, as monsters, or in the case of like female demons, sometimes as beautiful women to entice and lure people in.
Yeah, because women don't get beautiful men as devils. Sorry.
Yeah, why can't
you get weird animal shape?
Yeah.
Why can't they get beautiful men and then have one of the adventurers be like, I don't know how I feel.
You can't trust a beautiful woman, no matter what culture.
Yeah, no matter what.
Or anywhere.
I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me. This beautiful man helping us out.
They're more powerful in the evening, especially during the darkness period of a new moon, and dispelled by the sunrise. So.
Oh.
Kind of like.
So they only appear at night or in the evenings?
They're the most powerful at night.
Oh.
But it is also said that one of the only things that can kill a Rakshasa is sunlight. So.
Classic sunlight.
Classic sunlight.
So, like, when it's dispelled, do they just, like, or do they turn to stone, or, like, what? Or
the way that they're described is that Rakshasas were literally breathed into life, so I'm assuming they've as Vader form.
Wait, hold on. Go back to they were breathed into life, or how does that work?
Yes.
Oh my god, this is like normal creation myth, Jose. How do you not know?
I don't know things. That's not interesting.
The next block in the notes. They're said to be born of. So we have a couple of. Brahma, the Hindu god of creation and creator of the universe. We also have Vishnu, who is the god of preservation, time, and the bestower of karma, and protector of good.
Okay.
And the Rakshasas. So they're said to be born from the breath of Brahma while Brahma was sleeping. And they were so instantly filled with bloodlust, essentially, that they began devouring Brahma.
Oh my God.
And he basically cried out for help, screaming to Vishnu to come and save him. And in the story, it said that Brahma cried out Rakshama, which basically means protect me. And when Vishnu barged in, he banished all of the Rakshasas to Earth, also turning them invisible in some stories in the process. Yeah, just like you get to live as a shade on the Earth now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you to Earth, but first I'm gonna give you the best advantage you'll ever have.
Yeah, you get to be invisible. It's great. It was more.
Fuck the mortals.
It was more that like get out of my sight.
Literally.
Got it.
Can I ask a question not related to this particular mythology? Why can't we get cool creation myths like that?
Nah, sorry.
Like,
Not us.
Uh,
Ours is a tree or some bullshit.
I want my god to be eaten by
at
its
some
own.
point that he was gonna like the whole council got together and stripped all the fun stories out, and then King James the fuckboy got involved and stripped the rest of the good stuff out. And King James,
We gotta make this. We gotta make this PG.
I'm just saying.
No,
if there's a bit more god eating in Western religion, I would probably like subscribe to it more.
I mean, we were both like, oh, this is metal as fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
No, we don't get any of that.
Well, I mean, we get in Christianity, you get to eat the flesh and drink the blood, so.
Yeah.
What? It's bread and wine.
Yeah, it's crackers and wine, man. I want like
It is the blood of Christ and the flesh of what the fuck?
Yeah,
but
this symbolizes the blood of Christ.
But
okay?
even in the original like story, he said, "Oh, this is my blood, this is my flesh," and the disciples like, "Wait, really?" It's like, no, it's symbolism. And they're like, "Oh, come the fuck on, man!" They were getting cool.
Oh god! Just
There-
vividly,
you-
let
you
me
know-
get that man meat. Like,
There was one disciple that's like, "Can't wait to sink my teeth." And then juicy
He's ready with his plate when he hears it. It's symbolism, like psh, and walks away.
Crucifixion? I thought we said shawarma.
All right, let's not get canceled by the Christian
I'm so
group.
sorry.
And,
I'm so sorry.
It's a D&D podcast. We're already on a slippery slope.
that is true. You're right. My bad.
Go on. I'm
So
just
sorry.
saying, God eating.
I grew up in it. Like, I don't know. I either way, no shade if you have
Anyways.
faith. Like, good on you. We're just assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, so they're said to detest sacrifices and prayers, often depicted as protagonists in Hindu scripts and Buddhism and Jainism and things like that. So they're the devils. They're the little devils. They're the big devils. They're the devils in between. They're
Okay. Got it.
yeah.
Now, is this a thing? Is this like a mythology where devils are evil, like demons are evil? Because there are some where it's like oh, it's a demon, but it's not evil. It's just it.
It's
You
not
know?
as black and white as in
Okay.
Western culture. It's definitely like these are oftentimes depicted as demons, and they are described as demons, but there's still a duality to them.
Okay.
All
right.
Yes, it's a majority of the time. It's like probably evil, probably want to avoid them, but they're still good ones.
They might be good.
Yeah, it might be good. It might be okay.
You know what? I'm just gonna talk to this Rakshasa. I'm gonna sort everything out. Oh God, I'm dead.
What's the worst that could happen?
Alrighty. So most powerful among them is their king, the 10-headed Ravana. That was an awkward statement. So the most powerful one is the 10-headed Ravana, and then there's another deity or demon, Patana, a female demon who is known for her attempts to kill the infant Krishna in mythology, yes, by offering him the milk from her poisoned breast. She, however, was, and I don't like this phrasing, but I gotta say it, sucked to death by the god.
What?
Oh, you mean like dry? Oh, okay. Okay, I got it. All right, desiccation.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, like in Tank Girl when the guy, the water stealer, and he shriveled
Right.
up. That's what happened.
Okay. Sucked
They-
to death.
I can get behind this.
Yes, like
We
Just-
need more metal aesthetics in today's religion.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of Rakshasa Ravana. Metal as fuck.
A
Metal as fuck.
10-headed. Wait, hold on. Is it a 10-headed Rakshasa or just a 10-headed god? Either way, it's pretty cool.
It is the king of the Rakshasas, and it is a 10-headed creature, demon.
That is awesome.
Yes. So not all of them are evil. Some are more akin to yaksas, which are nature spirits, while others are similar to asuras, the traditional opponents of the gods. The term Rakshasa, however, generally applies to those demons who hunt cemeteries, eat the flesh of men, and drink the milk of cows dry as if by magic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't want them there. Eat the flesh.
Yeah, because cows are holy in their religion, right?
I believe so.
Let's not make any assumptions.
Let's not say anything definitive. I do believe that there's a certain
Well,
level of respect. What about that one?
yeah, and so like, you know, drying out a cow's milk sounds like the worst like curse you can probably have.
Yeah,
in the religion
you're
that-
literally taking life away from the villagers or the family. So yeah.
So,
Damn.
god damn, that's some awesome fucking artwork.
Yeah. I posted it in our chat, like the Facebook chat.
There's even like depictions of them like carved into these ancient bridges and things like that, and like they're just so sick because it's usually these massive battlefields or these insane epic tales
damn.
that they're depicting. Like they're cool. They're so cool.
So as a normal, everyday human being, right? How did the Rakshasa kind of like come into play? This sounds to me like this is like king level stuff.
It's a bit odd because they're just demons, so demons can pop up anywhere
Right.
at any
okay.
time for any person. So they could be as minute as your cow is dried up, and now Rakshasa is obviously
Right.
terrorizing your family. Your cousin went missing in the mountains. Well, they got eaten by the Rakshasa. It sucks.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Regards. Like
Tell them I got eaten by a Rakshasa. Got it.
But it is also strongly connected to like mythology and religious epic tales and things like that. So, you know,
So
It's-
how
it's fancy.
How- how doth one deal with a Rakshasa? Like do you just like throw some coins at it and hope it counts it, or is it beans? Is
By the
it
way-
beans? It's always beans.
No beans involved here. Not a bean in lunch.
Damn it!
I finally got to the episode where they're trying to test for what we do in the shadows when they're trying to test Guillermo to see if he's a vampire.
Oh my god.
It's like, oh, this is rubbish. This is no, definitely not. But you know, since it's here, just
Shut up, Guillermo. We're done with you. Okay, you're super busy.
it's so good.
I'm so glad you appreciated that because I lost it when I saw it. So
I was like, that was on our podcast.
we know about that. I know that thing.
That was that meme of Leonardo DiCaprio just going.
So before we get to how to stop them, let's go over their appearance and their abilities, because
Okay.
I think you should be more concerned about what's coming at you. So though they are shapeshifters, they are most often depicted as fierce-looking, enormous creatures with monstrous protruding fangs from the top of their mouths, sometimes from the side of their mouths, sharp claw-like fingernails, shown as a ferocious animalistic beast with a hunger that is innate in everything that is going on. Their eyes, furrowed brows. They sometimes were referred to as like furrowed, awkward brows. And I was like, Why you guys making fun of him?
Brows that go in a little too far, and you're like, can I just?
Yeah, like it curls
Hold
at
on.
the end, and you're like, what's going on?
It's just like 11% thicker than what you expect it to be. You're just like, I can't.
Yeah, you have this big buzzer coming at you, and that's your concern.
He's saying something to me, but I can't take.
I
my
can't
eyes
see
off.
anything past these eyebrows. They're outlined on the outside, but they're hollow on the inside. What's going on?
Okay, so we have a monster that looks like Eugene Levy. Anyways,
Eugene Levy on a bad day.
oh no!
By the way, their skin can vary across the color spectrum, along with the number of heads and arms they have.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, so they can have. Basically, the more powerful they become, the more metal their look gets. Like, the more arms, the more heads, the more claws. Like, the more.
Now this kind of makes me.
powerful-
It kind of makes me switch. I wish there was a little bit of like a tier system in the D&D book.
Okay.
Or like,
That'd be
So
fun.
I immediately thought of, you know how in was it Mordecai and Tome of Foes, there's like the devil princes or devil barons. Whatever.
Yeah,
yeah.
are they dukes?
Yeah, Duke. Yeah, thanks. I think it's the Dukes, and then I think it's the Princes for the demons. Anyways, it's one of the two.
Okay.
Someone's gonna correct me. But you know how there's one for the gnolls. There should be one for the Rakshasas, but it's like 10, like the 10-headed,
Yes.
whatever, And then
Yeah.
again, 10 heads, 6 arms. It has 18 multi-attacks at one.
Yeah, no, to
at
me it
one
sounded
time.
like the Giants. Like,
2 health bars.
there's so much variety in who they are, where they are, and then there's so much variety in their power levels. Like, you could be a
Mhm,
low level,
I mean, if you
run
want like
to
a
Rakshasa.
if you want like a real easy fix, there is that one demon that has like 6 arms, and it has like 6
Ooh.
multi-attacks. Like, it hits 6 times. So you could probably just like pluck the multi-attack from that, put it on the Rakshasa,
Yeah.
and they could be like, oh,
I can
okay.
see
it
that.
has
Nah,
multiple
fuck that.
arms,
Let's flush these Rakshasas out. Come on, let's go.
All right, give me that tier system.
well, I mean, hold on. Was there more to the mythology, or?
No, there's definitely more
No,
to
no.
it.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna sit here and actually define all.
No, absolutely.
1 through
I'm
10.
So sorry, I can't do it. I haven't read enough about the mythology. I would
Well, I mean, I know. I mean,
I text.
I just didn't want to cut anything short. Like, I didn't know if there was like.
No,
some
I
more,
got more. I got more.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's hear it. So
So
that
the
way we
most-
can get some more ideas.
Yeah, the most demonic is said to have flaming red eyes and flaming red hair, and to be constantly drinking human blood from their cupped hands or from a nice little human skull mug. I hope it's insulated.
Damn.
Really, like, oh yeah, oh man. So yeah, it'd be a little actually. It'd be perfect.
Yeah.
And just.
I didn't hear anything about them having twisted hands, but they are known to carry an ass ton of weapons. Like, beery levels of just weapons slung on the back.
Just hammer space.
Just hammers, swords, clubs, everything in between. Like, whatever they can destroy you with, probably there.
Huh.
But
Oh, you know what's a good point? When they say backwards hand, is it backwards like this backwards or like this backwards? You know what I mean?
It's backwards. Like, okay, so take my hand and then 180.
Got it.
That's how. That's how.
So it's not just a thumb on the other side. Got it.
No. Like, someone's like,
Upsetting, but all right.
still upsetting, still don't like it.
Yeah.
So for their abilities, their insatiable hunger enhances their ability to track the scent of human flesh, so there's no hiding.
Okay.
They're created innately of magic, so they have very powerful magical abilities. They can fly, they can turn invisible, and they have powers of illusion that are really intense. They enable them to change size at will and assume the form of any creature, but they also have the ability to literally screw with your sense of reality. So they can torment your dreams. They can torment you with illusions.
This is kind of where the curse thing comes in from the current Rakshasa in the book.
Exactly. So they have
Interesting.
just that innate power of illusion, are able to trick or torment or anything like that, depending on their evilness level. And they also have the ability to just draw the life force out of you.
Oh shit!
Just like that.
Okay, so I'm already kind of.
Bust out their little reusable straw.
Oh well, at least they're conscious, like you know, of the environment. Okay, so based on that, I think we can kind of come up with a pretty good tier system. For the Rakshasas, obviously more heads.
Every time they get a level, they get a head.
I would actually
now are all the heads like in unison, or are they arguing with each other?
Depends on their mood.
Oh really?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh.
Sorry.
No, we can work with that.
But
we can work with that
because
because if a Rakshas's multiple heads are in unison, that means you done fucked up.
Yeah. Oh god, they're all like staring at you, all 10 of them.
Yeah, they're like bickering. All of a sudden, shoof, just like 7 eyes like on you, just like.
No,
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Ooh. Yeah, I assume it's one core personality, and then probably multiple thought trains within that. But I assume they're all working together. It's not like, you know, fighting with themselves.
Right. They got to this point by, you know, not being idiots.
Yeah.
So what I would probably do is probably have. I would say probably have like a 3, maybe 4-tier system. Let's just come up with a 4-tier system. All right,
Okay.
and we're not going to worry about stats or HP or AC because we're going to get lost in the weeds there.
Wait, each head signifies something? They have names? Khan, Kroda,
Ooh.
Moha, Loba, Bada, Matsarya, Manas, Budi.
Tell us.
So from left to right is lust, anger, delusion, greed, pride, envy, the mind, the intellect, will, and ego.
I love
The
it.
center one is pride.
That's fantastic.
Damn.
Oh,
Jeez.
thank
So
you so much.
So each one of them can have their own, like, that's cool. All right, interesting.
Look,
I'm looking. There's
they all
like
have their own jobs.
there's like Bollywood movies and they have like live actors with like their heads floating. It looks pretty freaky.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is pretty awesome.
is
trying to find a clip, but
Yeah,
Isn't
obviously
there-
I am coming at this from a perspective of somebody who has read the mythology, but there's so much more to it.
Yeah, that's
So
kinda
much
crazy.
more.
I bet. I mean, they have so many. That's something that always amused me. No, that's the wrong word. That amazed me about
Mhm.
about this religion. That how many gods they have and how they keep track of all of that. It's insane. We have one, and we're like, oh, he did this or what? Like, can you imagine having that many?
I think it's amazing how flushed out the stories are and how so much of it actually still has meaning. Where like ours is kind of lost. A lot of it's true. I don't know, like there's. It's not as fun. It's just not as fun. I don't
No,
know.
it's really not.
It's familiarity probably in life, but like it's.
But I mean,
it's so much more interesting and intriguing, and every last aspect of it has a meaning, and it's not just it is because it is because reasons. Like there's
right.
reasoning behind even the mythological.
but I mean, it
aspect.
also doesn't help that most Western religions like mythology without seasoning. You know, like it's just like
Yeah.
it's like boiled chicken and white rice compared to even Greek mythology where like fucking like people were eating other people because like no he said like it's prophesized that he's gonna be my doom. All right, I'm gonna eat this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I think it has to do with the fact that like it's still mythology. It's, you know, it may be a creationist myth, but like it's still. Oh god, I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry.
I mean, a lot of it probably stems from the fact that, like, you know, like in the early days of Catholicism, they're like, oh, look at how much better our God is compared to like these, you know, bloodthirsty. Yeah, I know. I was
Quote.
trying to avoid that word,
Quote.
but you know,
but that's quote. Like that is the word they would probably use.
You know, so it's like look at our, you know, PG-13 God. He only got to say fuck one time, you know, in an hour and a half long movie. So,
well, it's also just the higher power thing. It is gods without personality.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because it's gods without personality. Because if you give them personality, then they have flaws, and if they have flaws, then there's stuff you could poke at, you know. Anyway,
yeah, and I think that's why it is so much more interesting, because it adds depth. It adds a real human quality, even though these are creation stories and deities and things like that. It allows us to see ourselves in that.
Yeah.
And like, there's actually a connection there.
But see, there's the problem. But we're not. Before we go down this theological like rabbit hole.
So sorry. Yeah.
We were supposed to talk about monsters, and here we are talking about...
are a populist race. They're both good and evil. And as we say, alongside the armies of good and evil.
And here we are talking about the origins of Catholic suffering. Anyway.
My favorite.
Guilt.
Good guilt.
Do you feel guilty? Why not? You should. Anyway.
Wow, we derailed that really bad, didn't we?
Nah, it's all right. It's okay. But no, I mean,
thank you, Andrew.
I'm just saying, like, every like, why do we get the boring religion?
I agree. So. Tony says, "Yay, trauma!" Yeah.
Anybody else go to Southern Baptist?
I wasn't even.
Yeah,
Yay!
Okay.
Catholic. Yeah.
We can compare scars.
No, you know what? Let's talk about these more entertaining religions.
All right, so Rakshasas, though, they are powerful warriors, typically expert magicians, illusionists, and as illusionists, they're able to create insane worlds that are believed by people who have misfortune of wandering into them.
Right.
Some of them are said to be man-eaters, but others also seem to just love killing on the battlefields. But they will serve lords, they will serve deities. They're happy being soldiers as well.
Oh, so they will. So a lot of them could serve a human.
They could serve a human. They probably won't, unless that human is super evil.
I can imagine like a regular battlefield, right? Like there's a war and then Rakshasas just show up and like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean,
complete chaos. Yeah,
they will occasionally serve as rank and file soldiers, but specifically to warlords. So you gotta have a certain level of, murdering prowess.
Got it.
So
yeah.
You said there were good Rakshasas too, or ambivalent?
Yes. Oh, they will fight on the side of good. They will use their illusionist abilities to help along good people's.
Presumably, they're more rare than the rest.
Yeah, they are. Okay. I mean, obviously, they are not. One singular entity. They obviously have like a lot more personality, a lot more nuance to them.
Right.
But yeah, the majority of them got evil. They started out evil. They got kind of trucking as evil, but they're more than that. There's duality here.
That would actually make for a pretty interesting quest, or like a side quest where it's like it's a Rakshasa and it's like, I don't want to be bad anymore. How do I be good?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
You know?
But like all their abilities lend themselves to being bad.
It's just like,
this is all I know. I'm sorry.
It's just like, oh, well, you can help this person like with this debtor. Like, do I kill the debtor? No. We can solve this without violence. And the Rakshasa is like, all right, you got me stumped. How do we do?
Yeah, you lost me.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
It's along those lines. Like, I could see it as I don't know, you have to go talk to a warlord, help him in his mission to stop these invading armies, blah, 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 blah. I say warlord but let's say it's a positive connotation here. You find out it's a Rakshasa, or even better, the advisor is a Rakshasa.
Classic.
The general of the army, Rakshasa, but like
he's reveling on all of this.
Paladin Rakshasa? Paladin Rakshasa? That could be
Oathbreaker? Well, it depends on what your oath is.
It could be an oath of vengeance.
Yeah.
Oath of glory.
Ooh.
I don't know, man.
Glory does not equal good. We've already established this.
Yes, we
In Rime of the
did.
Frostman.
Yes, we did. Well, I don't know, man.
Tony says, nah, always choose violence.
I mean, at the end of the day,
Paladin.
at the end of the
Paladin
day,
to
it's
glory. We moved to Oathbreaker. Call it a day.
just saying,
Boom.
it's the universal language.
Yeah.
But
All right.
Our,
What else is this Rakshasa's got for us?
so our last little bit, we're gonna go over here. Exorcism or sunlight?
Wait, what?
That's it. Exorcism or sunlight. That's it.
So you can exorcise the devil out of a Rakshasa?
You can basically banish them back to
Got it. So a
the
banishment
lower
spell.
plane. Yeah, it's a sunlight
Got it.
banishment.
keep going. I'll be right back. Keep going.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Or sunlight, which I find funny. Like, oh, I'm just gonna, I don't know, solarize the stank out of this.
It's kind of funny how there's so many. I feel like I never picked those spells, banishment or sunlight, but I feel like that like solves everything.
I did pick daylight for Icewind Dale.
Or daylight, sorry, yeah.
No. I did pick daylight for Icewind Dale, and I definitely. It could be
I feel
really
like
cool if this works, but if this doesn't work, I'm just gonna be an asshole saying like, "Here I am."
Because it's so situational. Like, how do you know?
I almost threw it out there during the whole dragon chase, just hoping that it would turn around and be like, "The hell is that? What's this little beacon of light over here?"
Nothing.
I don't know if it was gonna work.
I think when it comes to that, and now we're talking about mechanics, is you tell the DM, I'm gonna try to distract with this.
All right, sorry
see
about
if
that.
it happens. Oh god, he's bad. God damn.
Andrew, if I threw out daylight during that dragon, would the dragon have cared?
No.
That's what I thought.
Why the hell would a dragon care about daylight? Wait, what did I walk into?
Don't worry about it. No, I'm gonna say it's exorcism and sunlight is the only thing that can
Stop the Rakshasa.
actually destroy. Yeah, stop Rakshasa.
Well, first of all, the daylight spell specifically says it's not sunlight, so it just makes.
Isn't one that there's sunlight?
There is one that is sunlight, but I think it's like a level
It's a high
7
level
spell.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking about then.
Yeah.
You create a miniature sun.
Yeah. Well, I already did that.
We did that once.
Well.
Okay.
All right. That's Rakshasa. Obviously, this is scratching the surface on the mythology there.
Yeah.
There are so many stories. I did not have time to read even a fraction of them.
I mean, when it comes from a religion that's like thousands of years old, how can we possibly, nail it down?
I'm gonna say the same thing I say with every single one of these episodes. Like, there's so much depth you can pull from here. Holy crap! Just the tier system alone could add so much more to the, especially if you're doing like a Hindu-inspired adventure, right?
Yeah.
Like you can really grab this adventure and just evolve the current Rakshasa both forward and backwards. So you have like some minor level ones that you can just fodder, and then you have like the whatever, like the big buzz fight with the 10 heads.
Or then you all of a sudden have one that you find along the way.
Yeah.
Your mystery. Like, are they gonna betray us?
Yeah, exactly. Like, so we trust this fucker? I don't know.
I mean,
look, he's so cute. He's a tiger.
There's a setting in Ravenloft that is specifically inspired by Hindu, like, religion.
Oh, really? Which one?
I forget which one off the top of my head, but it's the one where it's a constant hunt.
Oh.
Yeah, and
oh man, it's been a minute.
Yeah, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but that would be like the place to have like a Rakshasa in like full bloom, like and have like maybe underneath like a hidden temple, there's the 10-headed Rakshasa, and like, oh fuck.
I mean,
Oh
yeah,
my God,
I mean,
like-
and like Chult lent itself as a good setting for Rakshasas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just that the one we have in the book is kind of powerful for an adventure 1 through 10.
Yeah.
And if you add a couple more of those, like, ooh,
Well, I mean,
I know. Imagine if we were going through the crypt at like Ravenloft though, and all of a sudden we open a door, there's a Rakshasa just spinning swords with multiple hands, like
no one can escape the windmill.
nope.
You know
Close
what?
the door.
That's just
Oh no, don't worry,
Put you
my
back.
natural enemy. Yeah.
Oh God.
I can't deal with the doorknob with my weird backwards hands. God, can someone help?
This is not a backwards hand friendly. It's not ADA compliant.
It projects the illusion through the door, so
it's not anti-ergonomic. I can't work this door handle.
I would just love the Rakshasa. You found a Rakshasa, you ran away from it, and then it just spends the rest of the time fucking with you via illusions through a dungeon.
That could be a lot of fun.
Just
that could be for a DM. It could be a lot of fun.
torturing you.
So I mean, if you want like a quick, easy way to spice up a Rakshasa, just based on what you said, I would say throw some weirder but more powerful spells into its repertoire. Like give it like the dream spell, where it will actively go into your dreams, fuck with you, and if you fail a wisdom save, you take some psychic damage. And then maybe if it's like the much more powerful one, or like if we're talking about like the 10-headed god of Rakshasas or whatever, like maybe give it the actual weird spell. Like the 9th level, it affects everybody in a 30-foot radius, and it does like 4d10 psychic damage. But you see some weird, wacky shit the entire time it's happening, you know.
Oh man.
But then, like, also on top of that, I would probably like a more powerful Rakshasa. Like the base ones, we can leave it kind of the way it is. It kind of is what it is. But the more powerful ones, like, probably give it flight speed naturally. Just right off the bat, no flight spell, just boom, it has whatever, like 40 feet of flight. And then maybe actually do add on that Marlith, like 6 attacks, but give each attack like a different weapon. Like this one's like a halberd, this one's a mace, this one's a blah blah blah. Yeah. You know, and that way it has a little bit of variety. Let's see, there was something else.
I kind of love the idea of Rakshasa hunting the party through like the forest of Shult, like the jungle of Shult. Like you're being hunted, like in full blood predator style. Predator style. Oh, like a shade.
Like maybe kind of pull from the Revenant stat block a bit, and like if you somehow manage to kill a Rakshasa the first time around, first of all, good on you. But then when it comes back, it's going to know where you're at. Like within it can ping your general location within miles of where you're at. So it's like, no, this thing. So now we got like It Follows Rakshasa edition.
Yes,
I love it. I love it.
A little bit spookier.
Yeah, like you can't actually defeat it. It just kind of like a
unless you exercise them with a ritual of some kind,
or you capture it and keep it in the daylight.
Yeah, and maybe to like kind of counterbalance that, we can give it like the sunlight sensitivity that it has for like drows, and maybe even take like some radiant damage from the sun like vampires do. However, I'm kind of about that part, because then it's just like, oh, just chop down some trees. You know, and you don't want to give it too many vulnerabilities. You want this thing to be scary.
I mean, the fact that it is immune to non-magical damage, non-magical everything, but also the fact that you have to stab it directly, which means you have to get close in range. It's difficult. Speaking as the tank of the group.
Or maybe what we can do is that it could be like there's a version for Rakshasas during the day, and then once the sun goes down, there's a much more powerful version for Rakshasas. And it's just like, you just gotta survive the night.
I mean, it does say that they are more powerful at night, specifically. It doesn't say, I mean, it says you can defeat them with sunlight.
Right.
But
I mean, you know, to kind of beef it up a bit, to make it a bit more scary, you know, like trying to find ways to make it more interesting than just give it like a big sack ton of hit points and, you know, and like 23 armor or something, you know, kind of. I would definitely keep the the invincibilities. The immunities. I would definitely,
Immunities, yeah.
I would definitely keep the immunities because just the fact that it can just like, you know, a level 6 spell and it just bats it out of the way. Like that's kind of a wake up call for a lot of adventuring parties. I really don't know. I really don't think we can beef it up past that point because like even if we were to go to like 7th level, that feels like that's kind of cheating the players a bit. But I don't know. Definitely just add some little things here.
Add some flair.
Yeah.
Find
weird with it.
Weird picture of a Rakshasa online. Like find the craziest one you can and just base your stats on that. Add a couple.
Weird with it.
Yeah, get weird with it. That's what I'm for. Get weird with it.
Yeah, like and because you said it's so good at tracking, maybe give it like advantage for like survival checks involving like the senses or something like that. Or
yeah, they do have very keen senses, so maybe a buff there for tracking like humanoid forms, but like a Warforged just fucking invisible.
Yeah, and that way you know it can it can have like I don't want to say natural predator, but like a kind of natural deterrent, or because they supposedly feed off of human blood, maybe it can do something like, I know there's a null creature that can do that, but like if it is attacking an enemy that has less than max HP, it gives certain bonuses to it because the smell of blood like empowers it. So maybe something like that. It was like
a ravenous feature or something like that.
I think I think that's it. Where it gets like attacks on enemies that don't have max HP because they're bleeding.
Yeah.
So
I mean that could be even more terrifying. You have this creature that is like very consciously like hunting you or fooling you or tricking you, but the second you are cut, now it's berserk, bloodthirsty, gonna tear you to shreds now. And
literally blood in the water. And it just will maul you, and because it's hungry.
Well.
Yeah. So, what do we learn? Research your monsters, goddammit.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just I'm kind of. I don't know about this series because the more we learn about real monsters, I'm like, why don't they do this
every episode? Yeah.
Come on, Wizards. Just 20 minutes.
I mean, granted, like me looking all of this up and like writing down my notes, like this took a couple hours. They probably don't have time. Yeah. They get a little wiki answer.
They don't have time. What the hell? Correct me if I'm wrong, but like earlier edition of D&D used to release like very specific books. Like they have like the one with the religion one. I forgot what it's called. Like that's really famous. They had like Jesus in it. They had like stab of Jesus.
There was one that had straight up just gods. Like, oh, here is the god of blah blah blah. I mean, like obviously.
So maybe, So maybe that's something that like Wizards, if you're listening, doubt it. Like a thing that like it can be like, you know, monsters of the Hindu religion or something thematic around that, and it shows you like a bunch of different things.
I guarantee.
Same with.
Let me get monster mythology. Let me get 2 to 3 pages of every crazy ass monster that actually has mythological basis. Like we can do a comparison.
I guarantee you, there's like a kobold press on like this monster's pulled from mythos, and it's like everything we ever could have wanted. Like maybe they actually include the fucking Wendigo. How is that? That is the biggest drop ball. Not having the Wendigo. Anyway.
All right.
Well, on another note.
Yeah.
Do we have time for the snail?
Yeah, we do.
Snail. Okay, cool.
It can't be as long as
this one. This is a very short little section here. So.
All right. I am so excited for the Flail Snail because this fucker showed up in Tomb of Annihilation. I'm like, the fuck is this?
This was,
it's a bitch. That's what it is.
This was legitimately it's
in Volos, by the way, if you're gonna look for it.
This is legitimately one of the monsters. Like I feel like it needs to get more love. Like I want some more Flail Snail in my adventures.
You know what's funny is that it has the tiniest. It is a local legend in France. Like it's a tiny little legend. that has next to no information. Like, it was used as a warning to young women to not go near the hills. Like, oh, the snail will get you. Yeah, it was one of those things of like.
What? The snail will get you? Is this? Hold on. Is this the internet legend of the snail? Like, you're a billionaire, but then the snail will. There's a snail that hunts you down for the rest of your life, and if it touches you, you die.
Yeah.
And this was happening.
It was more of a like, beware the snails in the hill.
I mean,
The snail.
Said
Said snail.
and you see like suns and moons, like.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, this would be the one monster that we know scientifically for a fact a ring of salt would be good against it.
Fantastic. The only one, a hula hoop of salt.
I love a good monster that I know butter is useful against.
All right, so let me read the Volos entry real quick. So, Flail Snail. A flail snail is a creature of elemental earth that is prized for its multi-hued shell. Hunters might be lulled into a false sense of confidence upon sighting this ponderous, seemingly non-hostile creature. If any other creature large enough to be a threat approaches too close, though, the snail unleashes a flash of scintillating light and then attacks with its mace-like tentacles. Which, by the way, I thought it was its eyes, but I guess it's just tentacles.
No, it's tentacles.
When I first saw the art, it just looked like
The stalks.
Yeah. Trail of treasure. Left undisturbed, a flail snail moves slowly along the ground, consuming everything on its surface, including rocks, sand, and soil, stopping to relish crystal growths and other large minerals deposits. It leaves behind a shimmering trail that quickly solidifies into a thin layer of nearly transparent substance inedible to the snail. This glassy residue can be harvested and cut to form windows, panes, and varying clearness. It can also be heated and spun into glass objects of other sorts. Some humanoids make a living from trailing flail snails to collect this glass, which is fascinating. And yeah,
flail snail plus a treadmill makes like
infinite glass.
Yeah, you fucking Swarovski over here.
Oh my god! And then you put the molds in the treads, so you get perfect windows every time. Oh my god!
Well, no, but the thing is that it has to solidify. So all you have to do is put another treadmill under that treadmill with the molds that fills as it goes by, and then the next one comes in. Boom! I can
already see like a fucking quest where the quest giver's like, oh, Zutaleo, my
so this thing is also called the Lu Caracol.
Okay.
Caracol. Apparently, what is the Spanish word for snail?
It ranked in my head as soon as you said it. Caracol.
So it is actually based on that word. That word.
Caracol.
That one.
It just shows up. Bing. All right. There's also a block here for using the shell of a flail snail. A flail snail shell.
Say that five times fast.
Which weighs about 250 pounds, has numerous uses. One intact shell can sell for 5,000 gold pieces. Many hunters seek the shell of its antimatic properties.
Magic.
A skilled armorer can make 3 shields from one shell. For 1 month, each shield gives its wielder a snail's anti-magic shell trail. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, I want this armor. I want it as armor so bad.
When the shield's magic fades, it leaves behind an exotic shield that is the perfect item from which to make a spell guard shield. Oh shit. A flail snail shell can also be used to make a rope of scintillating colors. The shell is ground and added to the dye while the garment is being fashioned. The powder is also a material component of the ritual that enchants the rope. Oh, okay, cool. So we used the scintillating colors spell before, But that freaking thing about those shields, that's kind of badass.
I just imagined the most amazing drag queen, like in Waterdeep, with her gown made out of
The
flail.
beautiful gown.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Meanwhile, there's some glass blower crying because its pet flail snail went missing.
Aww.
Okay, so to give you an idea what the anti-magic shell does, if it gets hit with a spell, you have to roll a d6, and on a 1 or a 2, the spell, if it targets multiple things like a cone or whatever, on a 1 or a 2, that spell will automatically fail. However, if it's targeting specifically one target, so the flail snail, it will actually bounce back and target you instead.
I think that happened.
Oh my god.
That happened at the entrance of the Tomb of the Nine Gods, I believe.
Mhm.
It wasn't a flail snail that showed up. It was the properties of that was in one of the entrances. I forgot what the puzzle was, but it was one of those.
3
Oh
3 to 4, nothing happens, unfortunately. But then 5 to 6, it absorbs the spell's energy and then explodes it back out.
This is
So-
Beery's
That's awesome.
retirement plan. She's gonna find a flail snail. Swear to God.
We're gonna have like an 80s end to the current campaign, like with a flash frame. Beery found flail snail, best friends.
Best friends forever. Multi-billionaire.
Somehow she sends Octavius the powder every now and then, and he just makes the craziest, most shiny ropes. They're not actually ropes of Cincinnati light or scintillating.
No, Cincinnati
it's
lights.
just Cincinnati.
No, fuck that. You learn how to infuse them with magic.
No.
They're constantly
No.
shimmering. It's beautiful.
No, they're just very fancy and pretty. That's it. He never realized that they actually have magical properties.
Because why
Scar just
would
comes
you?
in and like boots you.
Beery shows up to visit Octavia in Waterdeep. It's like, oh, so how many ropes do you make with the special powder? It's like, what special powder? What do you make it has this magical property?
You mean
You
the
were wondering why you didn't get blown up. Was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's cool. It's nice to know.
you mean the special power to be dazzling?
Oh my god.
Does a twirl.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a wrap up on a follow up on everyone's live
Yeah.
post campaign because it's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
like 5 years later. Some
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Beery's built a
Um,
ski resort up in the Goliath Mountains. It's full 80s
Yeah.
carnage up there.
So other than that, the stats not very impressive. It has a 5 charisma,
Ugh.
It's a snail.
three intelligence,
It's a snail.
5
Snail.
dexterity.
It's
It
a
leaves-
snail.
A trail of slime everywhere. It's not the most like. It's not the best house.
Constitution of 20, so set there.
Yoink.
Yeah, I just imagine this thing just just going very slowly around minding his own business. and then
Looking
just-
fabulous.
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, it says
not
it's
a lot of hit points actually.
it says it's unaligned, so it's just like whatever, dude. It's just like
It's just literally minding its own business.
It
Yeah.
would look like.
Pretty rock.
Oh my god! I just imagine one like wandering into lights floats from Disney, just like in the darkness.
Yeah. Tony says better than my real stat lives. I mean my real life stats. Oh.
That 4 HP, buddy. You get 3 at 30.
I mean, that kind of brings up the point. Like, why else? Besides harvesting, why else would you attack a flail snail? Just be like, nope, just let it. Just hold on. Let's just get
Just
out
let
of
it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're better off keeping it alive and just pulling it around.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Just use it as like, like put it on a treadmill. Boom, you're good.
Yeah.
You got.
And then just when it gets really old and it's about to die, you put it out of misery and then you have a shell.
And then you eat escargot for the next 3 months.
I can't say because I haven't tried it. I will try it one day.
I
but,
won't.
You know.
I won't. I took too many
I'm
marine biology classes. I studied the anatomy. I can't do it. I can't
Yeah.
unsee the digestive system.
Yep.
Either that, or, I mean, you can harvest its shell for the whatever properties, or have the greatest fucking disco ball for when you open up the only nightclub in Waterdeep.
Octavia's gonna write that one down. Anyways,
Yeah.
Just don't look at it directly. Just
Anyways.
so what is this? I am so intrigued because I thought this was just like a silly D&D monster that they made. I had no
Nope.
idea it had real life real life attachments to anything. So I'm very curious, Heather. Enlighten me.
Not really
Literally.
surprised that's French.
Yeah, it gets weird. It gets weird. So this is a French tale that goes all the way back to like Middle Ages, medieval times. Like it's actually seen in chronicles essentially attacking like a little medieval soldier. Like it's like whapping it with its tentacles.
Wait, is this the reason why there's like so much medieval art of like knights fighting snails for some reason? No shit, really?
The Luc Caracol.
Okay, cool. Because people are like baffled, like why are snails so fucking prevalent in medieval art?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of weird creatures. Some of them like axe.
Guess what I'm?
What?
Guess what I'm using for the cover for this episode?
Oh, medieval art.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So yeah, they're like a true folklore mythology, specifically from the southwestern region of France, closest to the border of Spain. Some of the mythology behind it is actually related to Spain invading, things like that. But specifically to the rolling hills, a little more south of Bordeaux, it looked like snail shells on the coastline.
Okay.
But there's also massive cave systems, essentially, that have numerous entrances, pretty unending, but it is said that they live there. Like, they live in these cavern systems, waiting to ensnare people. They're described as massive, slimy, snail-like bodies that horrify with their hairy tentacles and massive spiral shell. What?
Can I just add real quick? If a snail gets a jump on you, I think you kind of deserved it.
You deserve it.
I mean, I will
Jesus.
say, there's a reason as to how they can get the jump in this situation, especially with the cavern system, which could work really well for a dungeon crawl.
Okay.
So these hairy tentacles are actually said to be poisonous in some tellings of it. Like the second you get slapped with it, you are poisoned, and then you are being dragged to the gaping maw of this snail to be eaten whole. You do not get chewed, you get eaten and absorbed into what is essentially a cross between a serpent and a snail.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just a really slow snake.
Yeah, just swallowing you whole.
Is it like,
Yes,
is it like a snake with a shell? Is it like a snake with a snake?
kind of. It's sometimes described as like a dragon snail, but like think like Eastern dragons that are more of like a serpent body, less of like a thick body.
It's
Right.
the snail god.
Mhm.
That's actually kind of terrifying. I mean, I joke about it, but if I saw that in real
This
life,
is not fun. Oh yeah, you poop your pants. By the way, so it is basically described that they live inside of these cavern systems. The town specifically that they're said to originate from is Hestigos. It's like Hastings, but with instead of ings at the end, it's Gues.
We believe you're 100% right.
Yay! Okay. So they dwell in the depths of these cavern systems with winding tunnels, innumerable entrances, but their long serpent body and their massive venomous tentacles are rumored to creep through the caverns, ready to paralyze people, devour them whole. But these tentacles are said to be up to, I don't know, several miles long.
oh my god.
Oh, so they're like, okay, I see.
So they're
That's
horrifying.
crawling through
Yeah.
this cavern system. So you might stumble over what you believe to be a fruit.
And it,
Right.
I don't like
Oh
this.
no.
And then it just whips and it
Pulls you?
drags your ass all the way through the depths of this cavern until you just eaten.
Very, very slowly. Drag through the-
I imagine like the tentacles are probably fast moving, large lumbering
Probably.
body, slow moving. So I'm imagining it like
Oh.
in one central location,
Oh,
and
that'd be
everything's
even
being
worse.
dragged down
just-
to it.
And you just see
Mm.
this large, lumbering, slightly shimmering in the moonlight thing. Ah!
Yeah. So they're just like hiding in the depths of it, and they will drag you to them. So
Okay.
and you're paralyzed. So it doesn't matter how slow they're moving. You're paralyzed. You're fucked.
Okay.
That's
so
That's it.
Well,
Let's-
not the worst ways to go.
And they do say
Really?
that in the mythology, you will see the slime trail before you will ever see the creature itself. But the slime trail is essentially your one fucking warning to leave immediately. It's
So,
supposed to be thick and green and slimy, like mucus just left there for miles.
So usually I'm like, this is a great way to enhance the current one, but I don't think I want to enhance the flail snail. I think the cutesy little, gullible, naive little snail that's just looking for minerals is much better kept that way.
I mean, you
than
can't,
this monstrosity.
you can't improve upon perfection. So
Yeah.
So,
I
but here's my-
think this is one of those ones where like the flail pretty good in this circumstance. This flail snail, I don't want it. I don't.
Yeah,
no, I don't want that.
No, you can keep your weird flail snail Hastingui or however the fuck you pronounce it.
But here's the other thing though, because as you describe it, I'm getting a lot of since I played Baldur's Gate a lot of recently, that like a mind flayer type layer thing.
Yeah, kind of.
What you're describing could be a what is like an illithid flail snail? Can you imagine that? Like fuse those two together and make this horrifying.
A flail snail accidentally like ate a psi crystal and now it
or it was turned or something. I don't know, but like it becomes like a defense system.
I hate it.
A mind flail snail, yeah.
I mean,
it becomes like a defense system for their layers.
Because
I know, I hate it. It's gross. But that's. But can you imagine your adventure? Oh.
But I mean, a flail snail already looks like it came out of like some sci-fi thing. So having it, a mind flayer, which are known to experiment on shit, maybe just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw this on the wall and see what sticks, and be like, oh my god, look at this horrifying. Look at this horrifying monstrosity beyond mankind's comprehension.
If I was an adventurer who was aware of these creatures, the way we're describing it, and just so happened to be adventuring in a cave, and I figured out that I'm in deep the cave with one of these tentacles near me, I just shoot my brains out. I wouldn't even try to survive.
Like, holy shit! I would dive directly into the mouth. Call it a day.
This would probably be an adventure where it would be better for the players to know what a flail snail was going in.
Yeah.
That way they could pull the rug out from underneath them. When oh no, here's the mind flayer snail.
Jeez, that's oh my god, that's horrifying.
No.
And because it's the mind flayer, it probably already knows you're in the cave.
Tony says flail snails for Stranger Things season 5.
Thank you. Yes.
I mean, we
Netflix,
might as well.
I know there's a writer's strike.
I'm not getting in between that one.
No, because I mean, okay. So going back to the quest idea I had before, where someone's like, "Oh no, Zudaleo, someone stole my snail."
Oh, mon Dieu.
Oh, Mel, where's my snail? No. Anyways, and it'd be like, oh man, flail snail. That's like an easy 5G. We just like go in there. Oh no, they already killed your snail. I'm so sorry about that. We take your snail, and then you go in there and you're like, whoop, nope, one by one, just get picked off.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
That's horrifying.
A Rakshasa who takes over a flail snail's shell and takes the form of a flail snail, but it's just swords. It's fucking swords.
The tentacles are just swords.
I mean,
what's the sound?
Resistance on the back. You can only stab it with a thunderbelly.
Man, how do you even deal with that?
Well, I mean, it describes that a flail snail can retract into its shell and gain a +4 to AC. So just be like, nope, I'm done. Into a ball.
You know what's weird is it didn't describe the body in the snail section. It just described it as carrying around a giant snail-like shell, and I was like, well, what the fuck is the shell then?
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, it just kept referring to it. It's like, oh, it carries. Like, why is it carrying it? What is it? Tell me what's inside of there.
So I have a question, Heather, for you, because I was when I first started looking for images of the legend, I found that silly medieval knights fighting snails, right? And and they're kind of cute. Like, okay, that's kind of weird, but okay, what you just described does not match that. Like, what happened there?
I mean,
like, we can't put this into painting. It's gonna traumatize people.
Look, the world can't know about this.
The world can't know. Well, every most of those are kind of goofy. They don't quite have the detail to say, like, these are the poisonous tentacles that will slap you with their little slappy hairs.
There
looks
was
like a tiny little snail. Like,
there,
what you're describing is horrifying.
there was one feature of the original flail snail that we forgot to go over, and that's when you cut off all of its flails, it dies screaming, literally screaming, in a wail that can be heard 600 feet away for 5d6 minutes.
Oh my god!
So if we're going with the mind flayer snail, just have that whale, but just throw some psychic damage on top of it, because why the fuck not?
Everyone in a like 5-mile radius takes X amount of psychic damage.
Just windows blown out.
This is what I would do. I would make it a sound. I will have the snail go, but it's a lithid communicate, like sound, like a mental sound, and it's calling for everything, like for backup and whoever's like nearby to help them. And the adventurers are like, "What the fuck is wrong with this thing?"
And then, meanwhile, one was like, "Oh man, I feel like we really fucked up."
Yeah. Just the fact that it's silently screaming freaks me out already.
I hate it. Or if you have anybody with a like sensibility that has higher auditory abilities, like they can hear and they're like, oh no.
Maybe if they have like a pet, the pet's like freaking the fuck out.
But the weird thing is, it actually has mechanics for you to help the snail. It's like, oh no, you can use healing spells to make it stop doing this. So even the monster maiden is like, no guys, please don't hurt the flail snail.
Oh my god!
It's such a sweet little cinnamon bun.
It's so cute.
Yeah, in this one, it's like it has these mile-long tendrils that come off of it. Described as coming off of its maw.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's another monster. You confused the assignment for this episode. You're not talking about making a new monster of nightmarish description.
No, I'm here to add a new level of horror.
Yeah.
Make your, like, I want you to haunt your players. I want this to be as bad as Jose's gifts. I want them to never be able to get that out of their fucking minds.
I'm just saying, if I walked into a cave and it had flail snail tentacles all over, I'd be like, nah, you know what, man? This ain't my fight.
No, but I do agree. I think, personally, I will separate the flail snail with the flail snail, you know, and then but I do agree, because like the pictures I was looking at for the actual like non D&D other artists renditions of it, not historical, just other modern, it's horrifying. Like it's like literally like a serpent dragon with a shell on it and like all kinds of weird shit in front of it. It's pretty cool. I would turn that into its own fucked up version of the flail snail.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like a flail snail that got sent down to Avernus. If it fell down into Avernus and just been consuming demonic souls, and now it's this.
Maybe this is just where flail snails come from, and we're just like all willfully ignorant of the fact that these cute, not little, but these cute creatures with the nice shiny shells come from this horrifying monstrosity, and we're just like, you know
imagine? What? The adventure is helping a researcher figuring out flail snails. Yeah. That's all. You're helping Volo. You're helping Volo figure out where flail snails come from.
He's like, where the fuck do these things come from? I know they exist, but where do they come from?
It's like trying to figure out how eels reproduce. We're like, what the fuck?
It's literally been keeping me up at night.
The fall of the Roman Empire. I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah. Tony says that he enjoys my gifts. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, Tony, sign up for his weird and wonderful gifts. They're horrible.
Oh, he's already part of it.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I sent it. I sent it to the whole office.
I'm glad someone opens those emails, because I don't.
Oh, that's why I never get 100% rate. Open rate.
Heather,
you're messing with my stats.
I don't give a shit.
It doesn't immediately go in the spam folder, just like.
I won't do that. But I will delete them. I will go.
Tony-
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Tony says I was signed up against my will, but I still enjoy it.
Thank you.
Tony,
Everybody was signed up against
I
their will.
said I was signing up for a
This
D&D campaign. I got.
yeah.
It's in the legalese at the bottom of the contract.
He asked for our email addresses for a Roll20 thing, and the next thing we know, we started getting these. And I'm like, oh, you bastard.
Got him. Oh, yeah. Okay. Back to the Flail Snail. Love it. Horrifying. I don't like it.
Love it.
Yeah, that was my thought. Like,
But
the original Monster Manual Flail Snail. Love it.
But that can be part of the quest. Like, you're helping Volo out, and then you find out what it is, and Volo's like, you know what? We don't need it.
No, just leave that there. You
Oh,
like, yeah,
no,
the original Flail Snail being its most horrific fashion.
They come from the stars. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make some
The little
bullshit.
Flail Snail is like crawling out of there, and then you find out that there's 2 of these original monsters.
Oh no. Oh no. How did those get here? Because how do they fit inside under the hill? Oh no, this is opening a whole
What
can of worms.
if? What if the hill was the shell?
Whoa.
I mean, that's the mythology here.
Oh god, we're standing in this shell.
And then we got a Flail Snail versus Tarask campaign.
There, now we're talking.
No, the upper level of the hills, Flail Snails. Lower levels, Tarask. They're just like moving all over the place. You just
It's
drag
like
The
moving.
giraffe wakes up and
place.
pushes the Flail Snails out.
Oh no, that would actually be really cool. We're like if you have like an elf character and they're like near 1,000 years old, you're like, wait a minute, that mountain wasn't there before.
Who put that there?
but because it moves literally at a snail's pace, like people won't notice.
Yeah.
And that could be, hey, guy that had that weird mountain meme going on in D&D. There's your answer. You're welcome. I know it's like 12 years too late, but there you go.
Where are Flail Snails in D&D supposed to come from? Like, do they come from the Underdark?
There's
or
they don't.
It-
No, I think
It says elemental earth, so the only thing I can think of is maybe the plane of earth.
Yeah.
So
not Earth, our Earth, like
that would
Like,
material.
that
plane.
would
They had, like Earth.
suck balls, though, if you're in a mining town and all of a sudden a Flail Snail decides it wants to move in. It got ousted.
If you're in a mining town in the elemental plane of earth, you've already fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. You've already.
So this
Pick the raw
is
Earth.
Lost Mine of Fendelver. This is what was really down there. they crack a wall open and just like Flail Snail tentacles just spill out. Oh no.
They're like, oh, what's all this weird like calamari? What the fuck is all of this stuff?
Oh, no.
man.
and then one guy, oh no, and just gets dragged into the mines, and that's the last we ever saw of Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Oh man. Oh, that was awesome, Heather. Thank you for enlightening me with that nightmarish
You're
description
welcome.
of Flail Snails. I hate it.
Thank you for indulging my my weird research into Venezuela and earlier today, because those are terrifying.
I need to read all those entries because I had no idea.
Yes.
I'm a bad Venezuelan.
Just so people are aware, we are not touching those.
No. I was really I was enthusiastically like, oh man, find something. Because I was looking up Quetzalcoatl, and I was like,
Yeah.
almost there. All right, let's go to the top of South America. See what. No, fuck no, no. Turn around. Go back.
That's my country.
You dug too deep.
Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna put that away.
That was the
And then
first
I'm gonna go
place I clicked, and I was horrified.
Now let's go back to the less traumatizing history of the Flail Snail.
I would take the Flail Snail over
That, yeah.
that.
Any day. Please.
No.
I would happily serve myself onto a silver tray dish upon the Flail Snail god.
I will go get adopted by Skunk Ape before I deal with any of those.
I'm not dealing with anything that's got eyes on its knees. Okay.
Fuck no.
Guys, it's not that bad. Just
The fish with hands, arms, bigger than a human.
And how does it work? How does it swim? does it swim like that, or is it just like jazz hands the entire time?
It's jazz hands.
I kind of hope the arms are behind it and the hands are just like flopping behind there.
just hit its natural predator with some old razzle dazzle.
All right.
All it does is
guys,
it just comes up and grabs your ankle. Well,
Yeah.
Man. I hate it.
No.
I hate it so much.
All right. It's been almost an hour and 45 minutes. So let's move on to our favorite segment, or at least my favorite segment.
The news.
Session. What? No. Session. Actually, well, there's a little bit of news, Andrew.
No, I was kidding.
Hold on. There is. It's not a lot. Remember when we made that episode about the obelisk
No.
we
Yes.
found in different adventures?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess what? There's a new adventure coming out. And it all ties with Fendelbert. The mystery of the broken obelisk or whatever the fuck.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me find the description. I completely forgot about that until like just now. Because I saw it and it was like the big obelisk and it was like an ad. It's like you probably encounter these in some of these adventures.
Yeah.
They were selling the other adventures. And I'm like, oh yeah, holy shit. They listened to me. Me alone. I was the only one who came up with
You're
it.
the only one. You're the only one.
You and your Charlie Day like conspiracy board with all the red.
Yeah.
The obelisk from us.
Yeah. Hold on. Shattered obelisk. Okay, it's called Fendelbert and Below, the Shattered Obelisk.
This is what the CIA doesn't want you to know.
Yeah, in Fendelbert and Below, the Shattered Obelisk journeys to the beloved town of Phandalin, where a malevolent cult threatens to overtake the region. Together with your party, solve the mysteries and stamp out outgrowing corruption and uncover more about the peculiar happenings plaguing the town. Discover what lurks below in this high fantasy adventure, yada 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 yada. Key features. Dungeon Master and players chance to test their meta. Yeah, okay, whatever. Retain beloved Lost Mines of Fendelbert, so you can tie in Lost Mines of Fendelbert quest onto this.
Okay.
If you really wanted to. Which I still want to rerun with you guys. I honestly do, because we have evolved so much. I know it's like one of my little wish list things. It will happen.
Too bad we're gonna go play Big Robots next.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so not a lot of description onto it in itself, but it is called it's called Fendelbert and Below, the Shadow Obelisk. My guess is that we're gonna go into the Underdark, and it's gonna tie together all the obelisk mysteries that have been. It came out in. I know there's one in the current adventure because I saw the book on the fucking ad.
Yeah.
There was one in the one with the wizard. What's the maze? The maze of the mad wizard.
Oh, the mad. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that has like 20 fucking levels of anyways, that one. Tomb of Annihilation and the Giants, whatever.
Storm King's Thunder.
Storm Giants.
There we go.
Storm King's Thunder. Yeah.
It's like
And Tony, just so you're aware of what we're talking about, we played a bunch of different adventures, and in every single one of the ones, most of the ones that we played, we encountered there was a piece in the beat of the story where a broken obelisk or a black, unexplainable obsidian obelisk appeared, and people around the internet were just kind of like, this is weird. It happened here in Lost King's Thunder. Oh, look, it was also at the entrance of the Tomb of the Nine Gods in Tomb of Annihilation. I don't know where it is in Icewind Dale.
That's I was actually thinking. Is it those weird standing stones in Dugan's Hole? Maybe.
I was about to ask.
The ones that
Could be.
The ones we said no.
Yeah, we didn't even get close to those. Like, no.
Yeah, we saw the like spooky creatures, and we're like, you know what?
Yeah.
Not worth it. Fuck
Not a
your
problem.
It's gonna burn down anyways.
So I'm intrigued. I'm gonna buy this one because I want to read it because I want to find out. It's just something that's been plaguing. But yeah, that's the only piece of news. Anyways, now that we're done with stupid Witches of the Coast, let's talk about session highlights. All right, session highlights, where we talk about the cool moments of our live streams of D&D adventures. Who wants to go first?
I wasn't kidding. I wasn't kidding when I said Alex calling Ronaldo a sap. there was so much vitriol in his voice, like just venom just drips off of him when he called him a sap. It got to me. Like I never such visceral hatred for a fictional character.
Because you heard the like little Gideon.
Yeah. My I'm sorry, I didn't want to jump off. I don't. Is that the only one?
Well, okay. So all right. So if I had to pick like an actual,
a lot happened that adventure. Yeah, the last two adventures.
If I had to pick like an actual serious one, it would probably have to be no offense, Jose, but it would have to be Octavio. Be like, this house gives me cover, right? Against this breath.
Oh yeah, no, that was gonna be my.
Oh man.
Yeah. Because I'm over here like, oh, I'm behind this house, whatever. He doesn't see me. What the fuck? And no, the thing is that I wasn't even trying to avoid it. I was just going around, looping around, and then he just shoots this beam of light, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh no!
Whoopsie daisy!
Oh, literally, I'm standing behind a wall. Well, I feel safe here, and the wall just.
I mean, can we also give shout outs for Mittens taking a breath attack straight to the fucking face?
To the face.
And living dovetail.
Yeah. Through. Oh, also.
Hey man, been there, done that. It's not a big of a deal.
Yeah,
I'm already done.
I did, yeah.
Actually, yeah, Octavio done too now. So yeah, whatever.
I literally just like crouched down and like, okay, I guess that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Because Beer gets another.
Yeah, she does. And I think another session highlight for me was Chris doing the final blow on the dragon. Andrew, let me tell you about him being excited about that. He was talking about it at the gym. He was talking about it at work. He was so happy.
I'm so glad because I was so fucking salty, and I was like, "This is for the campaign. Just sit back." But I was literally doing everything to prepare to do that, and I'm just like,
"Yeah, me too." I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna enhance this fireball. It's gonna be between his feet and the belly, so it protects you guys, but it hits it." I was like doing all the math, and then he just rolls for that final hit, and I'm like, motherfucker.
I know. I was next up, and I was like,
yeah. I had
like proud of you. Proud of you.
I'm so happy I'm like that meme of that kid. Happy for you.
Happy for you.
To be fair, okay, he rolled the exact number of hit points the dragon had left.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
Seriously, yeah. He rolled exactly the amount. I'm like, okay.
I'm very proud of him for even saying like, is my lance here? Is my spear here?
Yeah. He kept track of that.
My javelin. Sorry, there we go. Javelin.
Yeah.
I'm like, it sure is, buddy.
I love that I didn't get a single hit on the second fight. I was like, I got charm. I was going in circles, and then by the time I made it to hit him, all I get is to see him take down the dragon. I'm like, well.
It was the axe speak all over again.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't do shit. I just tried to say the axe speak the entire time.
Hold on. Technically, that's still part of the session highlights because that was the previous episode. So I guess yes, that was a pretty awesome.
my favorite part was that everybody did the superhero jump off of a tower. Like I'll take the damage. We gotta get.
We got shit to do.
Yeah, Octavia's like,
hold on. Describe. All right, describe the second. What happened?
Okay. So this big mechanical dragon is on its way to 10 towns. And it was sent by like a Dwargar warlord essentially. and so you guys decide to go to East Haven to cut it off, and you're all preparing like you're on the outskirts of East Haven on like towers waiting for it. And the dragon comes in, and I described it as like the opening volley. And then shit starts popping off. That's just part of the chapter. Like things like buildings are collapsing, people are getting attacked, yada yada. And so everybody's like, no, we have to help them, or in Swift's case, because like they were the only one that was reliably doing damage against the dragon. Like I'm gonna keep tracking down this dragon. So everyone decides to just like cut their losses and jump from whatever towers they're on. I said, all right, you're gonna obviously take fall damage, and you're like, okay, that's fine, whatever. It was not really that bad. It was like 6, maybe. I think like the most I rolled was like 10. Like it wasn't that bad. Octavio is like nope, I can't risk that, and decides to take the stairs, which uses up his entire movement.
You're just like running down like a lighthouse stair.
Yeah, because it was Beery. It was Beery, and then it was Misha on another tower, and they're doing like, oh, it's time to protect the town, and just jump. Whoa!
Yeah, you know,
And they do this
smash.
Yeah, this dude is like epic. Oh, I'm gonna take down this guy that do like all this shit, and then Beery the same thing. She like does the slowing her descent with the wall, blah, 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 like super cool. And then it's like, my turn.
I fell into the wall.
Cuts to me going down the stairs.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
My tiny little sorcerer out of breath, and then proceeds to spend the whole fight trying to free a freaking trap, essentially, well, the equivalent of a horse in this setting.
Yeah.
An axe beak. Because it was like, oh, you see, Andrew rolls something. And it's like, oh, you see an axe beak in trouble, and there's a fire is about to consume him. Like, oh, I gotta save the axe beak. I thought it was gonna be like just untie it and he'll go. No, I had to cut the rope and fail every single check.
No, okay, so
you kept trying to shoot it with a fireball.
If you really,
but I didn't want to get close. It has an axe for a beak.
If you really, it's not a physical, like actual axe. It's not like someone like grinding it.
In my world, it's an axe. It's like the ones from Quest for Camelot.
Okay, so if you really want me to pull back the curtain, what it describes is that like, oh, the animal is freaking out, so it doesn't say that verbatim, but it's like the animal is freaking out, so you can use an animal handling check to calm it down, or and then you can use another action to untie the rope. Or if you're stuck for time, you can just slash it. It has like an AC of like 14 or something like that, and you got to like.
I thought my spell roll would be better.
But it's a ranged attack, and you have disadvantage because you only got one eye.
I didn't think of
it. So then finally, someone's like, "Octavio, use a fucking knife," and he goes, "Oh yeah."
The entire group like, well, you just use your fucking weapon. You have a weapon.
Meanwhile, freaking Mans is like saving people. Freaking
Beer's running into buildings. Like,
Swift is like the Prowler from Spider-Man.
Like that Prowler. Every time the dragon looks back,
oh my god!
And then it cuts back to me at the beginning of the time. Just,
and then Misha killed a guy.
Misha killed two guys.
Loved it. Celebrate it.
Like I described it, there was like some bandits beating up an old lady, and like the way you're supposed to solve it is just roll intimidation, and they're scared. And
Right, because they're just like commoners. They don't even have. Like,
I've learned the error of my ways. I'm gonna go become a monk now, or some shit like that. And Misha's like, I'm gonna roll an attack. I'm like, I'm sorry. What was that? It's like I'm going to roll an attack.
And he rolled like a 23 and like a 27.
And it's like just one shot.
He basically just like decapitated both of them in one fell swoop, and it was all over. The little old lady had a heart attack. He went full guts from Berserk.
Yeah, and Misha's like, "You're welcome."
The old lady's like, "Ah!"
Beery's just running by. Nice job.
Octavio sees that, and I'm gonna ignore that.
I also like the fact that Mittens did something heroic, and he doesn't want people to know that.
Well, then he armed a child. He's like, he's
stick him with the pointy end.
Like, you know what? Let's recreate Heather's childhood. Here's a weapon, child. Like, oh no.
Oh man.
Oh my
Heather,
God.
do you have any highlights that we didn't mention?
I have two. One is the Flight of the Valkyrie moment with the Goliaths. Loved it.
Yeah, that was
Loved it. Awesome. Like all of the Goliaths coming in at the same moment. I was like in a high-speed pursuit with a dragon. Jumping down onto the dragon's back. Me just staying on the wing and attacking it. No one came near me. No one talked to me. I was just there.
I was very tempted to put the Flash Gordon theme.
Oh my God!
I made sure to tell Andrew the whole time, like, I'm with the griffin. I am not on top of that truck.
Yeah, I know, but
Oh.
before the actual dragon fight, I'm like, all right, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because otherwise it would have been like, hey, Octavio just fucked off somewhere, and guess what? During the fight, hey, Octavio just fucked off somewhere. So I mean, really,
Octavia's having a bath back in one of the towns not destroyed.
yeah.
Oh. Man. All right.
Second though, yeah, how done Beery is. How done Beery was at the very end, and the number of great strength rolls I had at that moment. So we finally got to Carrot
Evil.
Sorry, Carrot Evil killed the dragon, got through that whole thing, get there, and we're like, hey, where the fuck are your speakers? We got a bit of an emergency going on here.
The whole time the rest of the group was like, don't touch the dragon. Don't touch the dragon.
Yeah, at the same time, I want to clarify that we haven't slept in days, I assume.
We got flown across the fucking lake.
We've had multiple boss battles back to back to back. We have leveled up twice in this time, which, whatever.
Yeah.
We have gone from the mountains and like ran across Icewind Dale chasing this damn dragon.
Yeah.
Yuri has zero patience left for political intrigue, cultists, any of that. She is done. She does not give two shits. Where is your leader? They need to step up right now. That's it. That's her only objective right now. You guys are like, oh, B&E, and I'm like, no, the right thing to do, the leader steps up and they do the thing. What the fuck?
My favorite part of the whole that is that Swift and split from the party, and they're like, okay, Octavio, do your talking, pull some some noble background stuff, like do your thing. Beer will be your muscle. Beer's like, fuck this. She fucking grabs the gate and just walk. Bump inside. And just keeps walking through it. Octavio's like, no, wait, no. He can't, there's nothing he can do.
Andrew hitting me with the like, ma'am, no, you can't go over there. Ma'am, no to you. And picking up the guard and placing the guard over there. Didn't do anything, just like putting him off to the side.
Oh fuck! I saw the token and I'm like, oh, this is not gonna go well. Not because of them being powerful or whatever. No. For them, it's not gonna go well.
No.
It's just cultists. Oh man.
My chicken's outside of my window. Okay.
Oh,
sorry.
Nice. I forgot you got chickens.
Yeah.
They've been exploring. They've been having a great time.
Yeah, and then cut to me like flipping through the book manically.
Yeah. Okay, Andrew.
I get happy every time I see you having to scram.
I know, Heather, I know that you get a satisfaction when you make the DM flip through those pages real quick. Because from the very beginning, I forgot what adventure we were playing. Every time I'm like, oh, give me a second. I could feel it. It's like, ha.
Chaotic energy is kind of fun sometimes.
No.
Especially in a controlled environment.
I have one question, Andrew, before we wrap up this episode.
No, I wasn't prepared for that.
No. Well, yeah. I mean, that was obvious. My question is, if at all possible to answer, is what were we supposed to do right after that? Because you said that there for us to. Even I was like, oh, let's just break in and fucking get the speaker. That was like, you dangle that apple in front of us, man. And we're like, okay.
I mean, the thing about it was that I was probably just gonna do like a sort of I don't want to say like a transition because I don't want to like break the immersion, but then be like, okay, now things are gonna go into downtime activities because that's where the disaster relief part comes in. Yeah, and it's like okay, so so like you guys are like stuck in this town, you don't have your axe beaks, and you still don't have your axe beaks. Yeah. So they'd be like, okay, what are you guys gonna do in this? And then like kind of in a sort of way, like the camera kind of pulls out, and we and it stops being like a play-by-play kind of a thing. And then we can do some like downtime stuff.
Okay, that's why those questions earlier before the session was for.
Yeah, the camera zooms out. You explosions coming from the speaker's house.
Yeah, you set us a mystery. The speaker doesn't come up and it's been sick, and you put a fortress in front of Beery. What the hell do you think it was gonna happen?
No, I mean, I mean,
You put a tired Beery in front of a fortress. It's all over.
Beery's over it.
Beery's tired of this shit.
See, and
now we're level 10.
the thing is, I fucked up by putting you guys in a town that you never been in. I could have easily.
That's the other thing. Yeah.
I could have easily just had the dragon go to fucking Lonelywood or some shit like that, and you'd be like, "Oh no, not Lonelywood," you know. And then, but
I'd be pissed.
you know,
The cookies. The cookies.
Cookies.
The cookies of it all. What are you talking about? We can't
No,
destroy Lonelywood.
But I specifically chose Carradine Evil because one, you guys never been there, so I'm like, I'm gonna make you guys go there.
Fair.
And two, you guys all seriously thought Inky was dead, and I'm like, no, Inky's in Carradine Evil the entire time. Inky has been in Carradine Evil.
I love
I
love that the justification for Swift and Mins to come back to the party instead of being a split party for the next session is that Swift was like, I got a bad feeling about it.
I got a bad feeling.
Wait. We just put Beery in charge of this. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I like to think that he thought Octavio was gonna fuck something up, but I think for the first time, Beery's the one that's causing all the trouble.
But I mean,
no patience for this. Like, oh no,
Yeah.
you can't do the thing. Like, no.
And Octavio's like a handler behind her. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, no, she didn't mean that. No, like trying to
No, I meant that. I fucking meant that.
Yeah.
She's
like,
Octavia's running behind Beery with like ND right now.
yeah.
Please,
I'm just letting you guys know next session's gonna be fucking wacky. If that's
I can
Oh.
imagine. I am really getting the windmill witches vibe all over again. After how tense that all was the past like few sessions.
The stress.
I'm pretty sure everybody's looking forward to that.
Yeah. I have spent the last few days seriously asking Alex every now and again, like, is Ben's really gonna steal a child's pet? Is Ben's really gonna
that's
take
interesting.
his
I wonder where
12-year-old
that's gonna
pet?
go. Yeah.
He said he would pay him off and set him up for life. He's like, I'll leave a dog.
Cocoa Puff.
It's not husky.
It's just, I mean, and you all kept saying, "Oh, he's dead. Inky's dead. Inky's totally dead."
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I had plans for Inky, and I did.
I couldn't give up hope because I could give a.
I mean, it's a little girl's axe beak.
He made
I got it.
for their college tuition. Who knows? Or he might just steal it.
I can't wait for next session. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be good. I'm very excited.
Whew. Anything else, guys?
That's it, I think.
No, that's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you everyone who joined us. Thank you, Tony, for sticking around. Oh, hi, Teresa. We're just wrapping up.
Oh, she probably wants us to finish up so I can help her in Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I thought that was the like, hey, it's almost dinner time.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Right. Yeah, thank you guys. I hope you guys had a good time and learned some freaky shit from the snails. Out of the two, I did not expect the flail snail to be that weird.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like, oh, it's just a weird folklore thing.
I mean,
not like, it was.
It's
but
deadly.
Not to that extent.
I mean, going into it, when you said like the Rakshasa
Rakshasa
is like
Rakshasa.
heavily featured in Hindu mythology, I'm like, okay, it's gonna get kind of cool here.
Yeah.
I didn't know jack shit about the snail.
Yeah.
I guess I've read it so many times and I'm like, yeah, it's poisonous and it's flappy.
Miles long tendrils.
To me, I've read more horrifying stuff, so I'm like, this is baby stuff. You guys are terrified of this thing, which I find hilarious.
I mean, it is because you put us on the shoes on an adventure in a cave with this thing.
If that was a local monster, I can totally understand why, as a country, they all smoke cigarettes.
You know what? Cigarettes and the wine to get through this. Fuck
Yeah.
Fuck this. We live in a country with this thing.
They all just decided, all of them decided at once to just ignore that problem. They're
Yeah,
like, they're not
it's
bothering anyone.
It's like living in Florida. Like, we have gators and so many poisonous snakes.
Yeah,
But we also have
They have
guava pastry, so I don't give a fuck.
flail snails. Oh
Guava
man! All right,
pastry
well,
at the door,
thank
I don't
you.
care.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Yeah, Thursday session needs you back. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more Lancer stuff from Andrew. But meanwhile, please make sure to join us on Wednesdays as we play Dungeons and Dragons right on the Frostmain. Especially next session, it's gonna be fantastic because there's a lot of high energy. And it more than likely it will. So please join us on Wednesdays. Make sure to follow us on all of our social medias and platforms. Leave us a comment, leave us a like, leave us a rating, even if it's good or bad. It helps us out. But with that, you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And as always, keep on gaming.